If you've been rocking with me for a while, by now you have an understanding that there was possibly a spiritual system before there was a religious system. Now just think, during the times of the spiritual system, what if, I'm just saying, what if the taking of the eating of the bread and the drinking of the wine meant something totally different? What if the eating of the bread was some sort of monatomic gold? And what if the drinking of the wine was actually water? Right. Because think about it. When you go into the Catholic Church, what do? We dip our finger into holy water and we cross ourselves. Where do people get baptized? In the water. Now, what does water and gold have in common? Sorry. They both are good electrical conductors. If you had gold, can transfer electricity, and if you were standing in a puddle of water and an electrical line hit it, you would be electrocuted. So yes, that transfers electricity as well. The body is made up of 70% water, close to 80. And when you take your last breath, particles of gold come out of that. So that means that the soul that dwells within has a portion, or if not, it's the etheric form of pure gold. Now, what if during the days of the spiritual system, we would gather in these buildings that were amplifying electricity, right? And we had the tones, look at the acoustics of this building here. Right, you had the acoustics to resonate sound to create forms of electricity, to transform things. So what if we actually were just taking monatomic gold, or taking a form of pure gold in wafer form and drinking pure water? Now let's go back to the story of the Hebrews. Now, they said that the Hebrews left Egypt and then they crossed over into the promised land. Now, what if Egypt and the promised land, whatever they called it, what if those represented the two different hemispheres of the brain? Because if you look up the meaning of the word Hebrew or Hebrew, it means simply to cross over. Now, if you were to ingest monatomic gold or some form of gold and it became part of your body, it would help merge the left and the right hemisphere. Right. Yeah, you getting with me? So now the left hemisphere has merged over to the right hemisphere and you have become the one. The Godhead. You passed the 33rd vertebrae and you have become the God. Now just think, they gave you gold and then they gave you, let's see, I'm going to say that again. They gave you pure water and then they gave you pure gold to help make you more spiritually, what you would say, amplified. And just think about this here too. Another common word for God is El. When you have multiple gods, you call them the Elohim. But let's go back to the word El. Do you think it's a coincidence that the word electricity? Right, they both start with the same two letters, El and electricity. This is something seriously to think about. I'm not saying that this is true. This is, as they would say, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just pointing out some suspicious things. Somebody may have changed the game. And then when they changed the game, they said, you know what? Well, we're going to remove people from the spiritual system that helps them. And we're now going to give them wine. We're going to change the water into wine. And we're going going to take the gold and turn it into bread. And if you really want to get into this, think about in Genesis, before there was commerce set up, before there were any people on here to sell gold to, the character that you call God, or the force that you call God in that Bible, he was interested in gold because he pointed out that the gold in that area is good. Why? I'm just saying. Peace and blessings. I'm out.